Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in. Some 49ers news on the Friday. 49ers rookies are out on the field for the first day of the rookie mini camp. Some tryout guys out there, as well as all of the 11 draft picks and actually five of the six undrafted signees are out there. Stone Blanton, the linebacker from Mississippi State, he got an excused absence from rookie minicamp. Why? Because he's getting married this weekend. So big congratulations to him. But the news, in addition to the rookies, is that the 49ers waived injured Drake Jackson. So the 2022 second round draft pick, who really got off to a promising start in 2023 at 3 sacks against the Pittsburgh Steelers. He had that knee quad issue, had surgery in the offseason, missed a good portion of the 23 season, and then all of 24, unable to pass the physical. This was kind of out there. It was kind of foreshadowed by John Lynch at the NFL Scouting Combine when he talked about how things just weren't coming around the way they'd hoped. The 49ers failed Drake Jackson on the physical, so he becomes a free agent. There is a possibility, I was told, that the 49ers could re-sign him if he gets healthy, but man, that whole patellar situation is just really iffy. And 49ers have had some issues with that in the past, including Weston Richburg, the center. So that's one of the moves that happened. The 49ers also added to their offensive line. They were kind of had an underwhelming draft when it came to the offensive line. Connor Colby, the seventh round pick from Iowa, they add him, but it wasn't until the day after the draft where the 49ers signed DJ Humphries, former first round draft pick, started a lot of football for the Arizona Cardinals. So he enters the situation for the 49ers as a potential swing tackle. 49ers seem like they have their starters set for the most part along the offensive line, with the exception of left guard, where I would put Ben Barch as the favorite to win that. But the other spots, left tackles Trent Williams, center Jake Brendel, right guard Dominic Puni, and right tackle Colton McKivitz. But a couple other moves along the 49ers offensive line, and this is veterans being added to the mix. And the reason the 49ers did that after the draft, I guess twofold, really. They wanted to see what they were able to get out of the draft, but also the compensatory formula is only takes into account free agents who were signed before the draft. So once the draft happens, 49ers see what holes they have, who could help out, and then they went out, they signed DJ Humphries. As I said, on Friday, they add two more veteran offensive linemen. Nicholas Petit-Frere is one. The other one is Andre Dillard. Now, I've spoken about Andre Dillard in the past because I have compared the 49ers and the Eagles, how they have put together their respective offensive lines. And the Eagles, kind of interestingly enough, they haven't drafted an offensive lineman. Well, let's put it this way. They've drafted two offensive linemen in the first round since 2013. One was Lane Johnson, somebody that everybody knows, potential future Hall of Famer, considered the best right tackle in the NFL for quite some time. The other offensive lineman that they've drafted in the first round, that was Andre Dillard. But he was kind of a flop for the Eagles. Started only 9 games for them in 3 seasons. He entered the NFL as the number 22 overall pick in the 2019 draft. So the last 2 years, he was with Tennessee and he was with Green Bay. And so he appeared in 26 games the past 2 seasons, had 10 starts for the Titans in 2023, did not start a game with the Packers. So Andre Dillard, obviously a guy who's talented, but hasn't been able to put it together in the NFL to really carve out an NFL career. He joins the 49ers to compete for a roster spot. And then the other player I mentioned, Nicholas Petit-Frere, he's a right tackle. He has seen some action. He was a third round pick of the Tennessee Titans, and that was in 2022. He started 10 games for the Titans last year, and he appeared in 34 games for Tennessee with 28 starts. So Nicholas Petit-Frere enters the picture for the 49ers again to compete for a roster spot. So the 49ers figure to have some competition for those offensive line positions, at least for the backup spots. As remember now, they probably will keep nine or 10 offensive linemen, probably nine offensive linemen on their 53-man roster. And for game days, they are allowed to suit up eight offensive linemen total. So in addition to the five starters, they can come up with the three backups. And more than likely, there will be a swing tackle, a swing guard. And in the past, the swing guard was also the backup center, or the team had a starting guard who could play center in a pinch. Now it's not uncommon, I think, for teams to keep a backup center, a backup guard, and a backup tackle. You also want, somebody like Spencer Burford who can play two spots. He can play either the guard positions, he can play either of the tackle positions. Also, for the most part, if you're a backup guard, they also want to cross train you at center. So those are the competitions that are taking place for the 49ers as they add two more veteran offensive linemen to the mix as the 49ers look to kind of figure out that whole conundrum of what to do at not only the starting spots, but the backup spots as well. So with those, another player, by the way, was added by the 49ers, a cornerback, Dallas Flowers. He entered the league as an undrafted guy, has been playing with the Indianapolis Colts. So he comes in looking to compete for a roster spot right now, filling out a spot on the 49ers 90-man roster. So three players coming to the 49ers with Dillard, Petit-Frere, and Flowers. And so that means three guys are exiting the 90-man roster. And those three players are Drake Jackson, who I mentioned before, also an offensive lineman, Jalen McKenzie. And then they also waived injured cornerback Tre Tomlinson. 49ers picked up Tre Tomlinson off of waivers from the Los Angeles Rams earlier in the offseason. So those are kind of the moving and the shaking that's taking place on the 49ers 90-man roster with the rookie mini camp going on right now and 49ers kind of setting themselves up here as those three players I mentioned will join the offseason program next week, and they'll be looking to compete for spots on this team throughout the offseason. That's the one thing that I think people don't really understand is even in the offseason, when there are just workouts going on, these guys are still competing for jobs. And I know they're, I'm doing the air quotes here, voluntary offseason workouts, but really nothing in the NFL is voluntary if you're not assured yourself a spot on the roster or a spot in the starting position. So 49ers competitions taken right now with these guys on the field. And the constant churn of the roster continues with the three guys leaving the 49ers 90-man roster today and three guys taking part or moving up to the 49ers 90-man roster. And those are three guys who would be looking to fill backup roles for the team and earn their spot on the roster. So that's the quick update on the 49ers. If you haven't already, please subscribe to this channel, leave a comment, leave a like, and that is it for now.